In this video, I'd like to introduce you to 4 different paper collections using the same gazebo design. Each one of them will have lights, same lights. Let me talk about the various collections. This particular gazebo, which includes a Christmas tree as well as the cover. This is the photo play paper collection for Christmas. This one here is the Graphics 45 paper collection for this Christmas. This one here, I'm using some Graphics 45 paper that's really almost a collectible at this point in time. It's a limited edition, I'll call it that. And the fourth little gazebo is a Doodlebug Christmas paper. And that will be the one that I will be using for all the instructions for these 4 Christmas tree gazebos. So let me talk about what you're going to get in your kit. So this is the kit you're going to get, or that you already have in your possession. And let me talk about the parts in the kits to make sure that you have all the pieces that you need. There'll be a little baggie with the lights that have already been set up for you. Okay. Let me move these over so we can see what they look like. I call this the frame. This is actually the frame that goes around. It supports the bottom part and the top part of the gazebo. And you will have one that has tape on it. It's already been folded and taped. And you'll have a second one that doesn't have any tape on it for you to go ahead and put tape on. So you at least get that experience of making it, plus it becomes your own at that point. I'm using 1/8 inch two-sided tape, score tape, and I'm using 1/4 inch two-sided score tape for the tapings. So there should be 2 of those. Then you'll have the base or the bottom of the gazebo. It's going to be this part here on the bottom. And you'll also have the top of the gazebo, the roof. I call it the roof of the gazebo, and that's this paper here. Okay. And there's no tape on these pieces here. These will all be using tacky glue to put them together. And there's a separate video to give you instructions for each one of these parts. Just want to make sure that you have all the parts with you. Another piece that you have is the acetate, which forms the windows going around the gazebo. And there may be a protective side to it that you'll have to peel off before you can use it. And it's already scored, so you don't have to cut anything. All you're going to do is kind of bend into the folds of the scores for that part of it. Also in your kit, you're going to get a series of snowflakes. Those are snowflakes that then you can take and stick on to the acetate before you actually put the whole thing together. Then you have one baggie that has a number of items in it. One of the items is your tree, and the tree's already been set up. I had to do that because I drilled holes in the tree so that you could put strands of beads through the tree to decorate the tree. So the only thing you would be doing here, and there's instructions for it, is you'll be taking and gluing the tree together. Okay. Then you also get a set of beads. Let me open that up. There's a couple of separate things in here. You have enough beads to put a bead in between each one of the parts of the tree. So you have beads, plus you have these little reflective stickers to stick down inside of the gazebo. You can see them on the corners. And you have a wire inside with a little tiny loop in it already. And this is so that you can take, and you'll notice on this one here on the tree there, it's being held in the gazebo by that wire. I'll pull it out so you can see. Okay. All right. So now you can see all the beads as they're strung in there, and then that wire holds the tree into the bottom or the base of the gazebo. I'll explain this one in a second here. Then you have the roof, or the cone, or the dome. I call it the dome. And you will be taking that and folding it so that it forms this particular dome. And then you have an inside that gets inserted inside of it. The same thing, you're going to build this up, put a tape in there, and you're going to take and fold it, and then that's going to glue onto the inside to strengthen the dome. You also have a ribbon with a wooden bead and a bead that's crystal, and basically that's so that you can feed the ribbon through the roof or the dome and use the bead on the inside to hold it inside. So you'll end up having this. And then you'll seal that up with the lights. And then you get two other pieces. This one is the floor, the inside part of the gazebo that holds the windows in place, holds the frame and the acetate in place. And then you also have a ceiling, and you can see it on this one here, okay, the ceiling that fits in there that also holds the acetate in place. And finally, you have a round piece that you can use to cover the wire, because you're going to bring the wire through the bottom to cover the wire, glue that onto there and cover the wire. So those are all the parts that you should have in your kit. If anything's missing, please let us know, and we'll get the parts that are missing to you. But that takes care of all of this. There is one additional. All the gazebos, different paper being used, but all the gazebos will be built the same way as we built this doodlebug, using the doodlebug paper. So you'll see all the instructions with doodlebug paper, although you may be using different paper for yours.